the new Spanish teacher, and I'll be living here for the foreseeable future." A smirk crept onto his face, amusement flickering in his eyes before he burst out laughing. He tried to contain it when he noticed how annoyed I was becoming. I'm sorry, give me a second. Okay, you? The new teacher? You look 12. I shot him a glare. Not that I need to explain myself to you, but I'm 22 and this is none of your business. He laughed, shaking his head. Still a baby in my eyes, he said with an irritating grin. Slightly older than 12, sure, but a baby. I rolled my eyes, growing more annoyed by the second, especially since he didn't look much older than me. And how old are you, you wise elder? 23? I said, sarcasm dripping from my words. His smirk returned, but this time something darker flickered across his face. It sent a shiver down my spine. Slightly older than that, he said, his tone unsettling. His words did something to me, made my throat tighten as I suddenly realized how alone I was with this stranger on a deserted street. I shook it off, refusing to let him get to me. Well, I'd say nice to meet you and that I hope to see you around, but I'd rather eat glass than do that, I said, trying to regain my composure. So, if you'll excuse me. I began walking past him toward the house. There's no one in there, he repeated, his tone suddenly more serious, sending another chill down my spine. I remember thinking I should have worn a thicker jacket. Everyone leaves a light on when they're out so they don't come home to something they didn't invite in. Everyone knows that. I rolled my eyes again, trying to ignore the uneasy feeling growing in my gut. If everyone knows that, doesn't it seem a little counterintuitive? Thieves will just target houses with lights on. Besides, it's not like someone's going to stumble upon this place by accident and rob a house. I could barely find my way here, and I wanted to come. I wasn't talking about people. His voice trailed off ominously. Anyway, Carmen waited for you for hours, but she had to go home eventually. You'll have to make do until morning. I'd invite you to my house, you know, the neighborly thing to do, but since you'd rather, what was it? Eat glass? His smirk widened. I wouldn't want to put you in that predicament. So enjoy your night in the car. And turn on a light. Cars are always free reign. I opened my mouth to respond, but the bark of a dog startled me. When I turned back to him, he was gone. Vanished, like he'd never been there at all. I sat in the car, huddled under my jacket, laying down in the back seat and contorting my legs so I could find a comfortable position, trying to stay warm as the wind howled around me. The man's words kept reappearing from time to time in my mind as I was trying to calm my racing thoughts enough to get at least a little bit of sleep. I kept trying to tell myself that his words were just small-town nonsense and that absurd superstitions weren't worth risking running out of battery on my car, but I couldn't shake the creeping sense of dread that threatened to drown me. Damn you, whoever you are. And here I thought sleeping with a nightlight was behind me. I remember thinking. The barking dog had finally stopped, but now an unnerving silence settled over the street, broken only by the occasional gust of wind rattling the windows. I flipped on the interior light, hoping it would make me feel less alone, but instead it just cast strange shadows inside the car, making everything feel more claustrophobic. Out of nowhere, I heard the distinct sound of hooves. At first, I thought it was my imagination, a desperate attempt on the part of my brain to try to lull me to sleep through the